Are seed oils truly toxic, or is it all sensationalism? In this video, I'll explore the scientific research behind seed oils and unpack why some influencers are labeling them as poisonous. There are numerous so-called experts out there shouting as loud as they can that seed oils are toxic. They've even branded them the hateful 8, referring to the 8 most commonly used seed oils. But are these oils really poisoning us? Let's get into the evidence and separate fact from fiction. First, if you're new here, hi, I'm Amy. I'm a registered dietitian, and I am on a mission to share factual nutrition information with the world. There's no BS here. And I have some pretty delicious recipes too. If you like facts and not fiction related to science, now's the time to hit subscribe and join our group of Thrivers. Today we are diving into a bit of a controversial topic. Are seed oils actually toxic? As a registered dietitian, I am here to sift through the scientific evidence and address the hype versus reality surrounding these commonly used oils that seems to abound social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Basically, it's all over the internet in general. And there are a lot of people saying that seed oils are toxic. When these influencers go online saying that seed oils are toxic, I wish they would choose better wording. Toxic suggests poisonous, which literally leads some people to think that canola oil is going to poison them.
It's food poisoning.
So if you come across someone online who is shouting that a certain food is toxic, that's a little suspect, and definitely be wary of that. The only way to dissect this claim is to dig into the research, so that's just what I did. Seed oils are oils that literally come from the seeds of plants versus the fruit of plants. You've probably heard of some of these, maybe used some, and you might have some in your pantry right now. There's canola oil, which comes from the rapeseed, sunflower oil, which comes from sunflower seeds. Grapeseed oil comes from the grapeseed. Safflower oil comes from the seed of the safflower. You get the point. Then there's also corn oil, cottonseed oil, rice bran, and soy that round out the supposed hateful 8 seed oils. Seed oils are rich in unsaturated fats, specifically polyunsaturated fats, and you might hear people call them PUFAs, which stands for polyunsaturated fatty acids. Seed oils have a high content of omega-6 fatty acids. And omega-6 fatty acids are found in seed oils, of course, but they're also found in nuts, seeds, meat, eggs, and then also in a lot of processed and packaged foods. It's the omega-6 content that has influencers up in arms. So let's dive into what omega-6s are and what they mean for our health. Omega-6 fatty acids are essential fatty acids, meaning we must consume them because our body cannot make enough of them. Just like omega-3 fatty acids are essential as well. Omega-3s have some awesome health benefits, and if you'd like more on that, check out my Foods for Brain Health or my anti-inflammatory foods videos. Back to the omega-6s. Omega-6 fatty acids help with the functions of nearly all of our cells, and specifically they contribute to the structure and the function of our cell membranes. Seed oils tend to be high in a specific omega-6 fatty acid called linolenic acid, and we're going to talk more about that. When I was searching for research on the negative effects of omega-6s, it was really slim. So where does this idea of seed oils being toxic come from? Jump on any social media platform and you can find a slew of influencers or some even so-called experts saying that seed oils are toxic and seed oils can cause headaches, lowered immunity, diabetes, even heart disease.
Seed oils are of the devil.
Get every source of seed oils out of your diet.
Seed oils are some of the worst things your body can consume.
Seed oils directly cause inflammation.
Inflammation is one of the biggest pain points influencers state related to seed oils. The reason for this is that omega-6s, also called linolenic acid, can be converted to another fatty acid in our body called arachidonic acid. And this arachidonic acid is suggested to be part of the building blocks for promoting inflammation in our body. So basically, influencers are saying that omega-6s cause inflammation in the body. And with inflammation being connected to a wide variety of health conditions like diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, depression, this really grabbed our public's attention. What the influencers don't tell you is that arachidonic acid also has anti-inflammatory effects. And according to a few different studies, only about 0.2% of the linolenic acid we eat turns into arachidonic acid. So where's the inflammation?
But these are all just observational correlations. But with the introduction of seed oils from 1910, we see a steady rise in chronic illness.
Paul Saladino is big on this, and respectfully, he does say this is just a correlation and not causation, which is important. Just because there is a correlation does not mean there is causation. Let's do a quick sidebar to explain correlation and how it does not mean causation. Have you ever heard of the ice cream shark attack correlation? There was a study that was done that found a strong correlation between ice cream sales and number of shark attacks. An increase in ice cream consumption is correlated with an increase in shark attacks. Does this mean that eating more ice cream causes more shark attacks? No. A correlation is just that, a finding that two things may be connected, but research is needed to further explore. Or in the case of ice cream and shark attacks, we can look at the variables and know that during the summer, with warmer weather, we eat more ice cream. And in the summer, more people are going to the beach and swimming in the ocean where sharks live, which explains the increase in shark attacks. Back to seed oils. The problem here with the seed oil chronic illness correlation is that it leaves off so many other variables, like the increase in processed foods, the increase in fast foods, more eating out, more sedentary lifestyles, more sedentary jobs. Another point made against seed oils is that they're literally toxic or full of toxic products. These seed oils are in many cases heated, bleached, and refined in the production process, and influencers say this brings on toxic byproducts. Hexane is what they're referring to, and it's actually only found in trace amounts in seed oils. Next, let's dive further into the research and clear up this confusion. Are seed oils bad for us? Yes and no, but not for the reasons influencers are telling everyone. Current research suggests that linolenic acid may lower inflammation in humans and that linolenic and arachidonic acid levels do not raise the risk for heart disease. In fact, there was a large analysis done of 30 different studies that looked at omega-6 intake related to cardiovascular disease and mortality. And what they found out was that higher levels of linolenic acid were significantly associated with lower risks of total cardiovascular disease and cardiovascular disease mortality and stroke. And arachidonic acid was not associated with higher risk of cardiovascular disease outcomes. And then we have another research review from 2018 by the Cochrane Group, evaluating the effects of increasing omega-6 fatty acids related to cardiovascular disease. What was the outcome? They found that increased intake of omega-6s may reduce heart attack risk and reduce blood cholesterol levels, and that it may make little or no difference related to cardiovascular events or death. Interesting, huh? Some people may also say that our omega-3 to omega-6 ratio is out of balance, and this is a big problem. Americans in general consume more omega-6 fats than omega-3 fats. While some say the ratio is around 10 to 1, but it should be closer to 4 to 1. But the solution here isn't to simply cut back on omega-6s. We need to consume more omega-3 foods, like walnuts and salmon and flaxseed, to see more health benefits. Seed oils are used in abundance in processed and packaged foods, and this is where the problem really lies related to our health. It's not that people are lightly sauteing their vegetables and chicken in some canola oil, and it's causing inflammation. It's that seed oils are used in abundance in fast foods, in many restaurants, in ultra-processed foods. I'm talking about using seed oils with those omega-6s to deep fry your French fries, or to cook your favorite potato chips, or in coffee creamers. Yes, coffee creamers. Plus, these kinds of foods tend to be high in refined carbohydrates, high in sodium, salt, and high in sugar. So what's the bottom line here? The idea that seed oils are toxic is just another clickbait headline for influencers and so-called experts to try and use scare tactics to either push their own agenda or to get you to think that cutting one food out of your diet will solve all their problems and that you help solve their problems. There are numerous studies that show that omega-6 fatty acids are not inflammatory. In fact, they can be anti-inflammatory. You may hear of people who say they cut out seed oils and feel better, lost weight, see improvement in their labs. However, let's put a big asterisk here. they likely cut out a ton of processed foods and fast foods and other foods that have low nutritional benefits and high refined carbs, sugars, and salt, which means naturally they will feel better cutting back on the calorie-dense crap. Do I think cutting out seed oils can improve your health? It depends on you. If your diet consists of McDonald's 2 times a day and processed foods for the other meals, then yeah, cutting out seed oils would mean cutting out a lot of fast food, processed crap. And I think you would feel better if you replace those foods with whole grains, veggies, fruits, beans. But you don't need to avoid cooking with these oils or cut out some occasional tortilla chips out of fear. Now, I happen to prefer cooking with olive oil for its flavor and for its crazy health benefits. But if you cook with a little seed oils, have no fear. The seed oils are toxic headline is simply a clickbait, fear-inducing trend that I sure wish would disappear. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you found this information helpful. And if you have a nutrition topic you'd like me to explore in another video, drop it to me in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, eat well, be well, thrive.